Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Tamer. I do play the Succession Tamer and we're going to be focusing on her rotation in PvE content. And I know the Tamer has a lot of skills and it's a very high APM class, but when it comes to PvE, you can dumb it down significantly. And that's what I've done, and that's what I'm going to be talking about because I don't want to break my fingers anymore. Okay, so let's talk about our main skills. Our bread and butter is again going to be Bolt Wave and Jolt Wave. The reason for that is because Bolt Wave will stun all your enemies. Jolt Wave will knock down all your enemies. So it's a damage ability and it's a CC. So both of these abilities are very safe to cast. You can just charge headfirst into a mob of enemies, immediately cast Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, and you'll be fine because they'll all get stunned. There is one downside to this ability is that the AoE for this ability is relatively small. So if you're fighting against ranged targets, let's say there's a mage at the side or there's a ranger at the side, you have to bring the fight to them. So you need to gap close to them. So the Tamer has two gap closing abilities, and one is exclusive to the Succession class, and that is Moonlight Strike. So that is upward C. This will dash towards an enemy very, very quickly. And the nice thing about this is it has a 100% critical rate. Another thing that you also want to note is that Bolt Wave as well as Jolt Wave both have 100% critical hits. So basically you're guaranteed to crit with all these attacks, which is super, super nice. So you can really bump up that critical damage in order to clear trash mobs really, really fast. But I got sidetracked there. So we were talking about gap closers. So your gap closers is Moonlight Strike. This one is a Succession only, but it's super useful. You travel super far and it gap closes things really, really quickly. The second gap close is in your main tab, and that is Legendary Beast Power. So this is shift spacebar, so you immediately do like a mini dash towards the enemy. I don't like using shift space. I bound this to my hotbar to number 3. I just like pressing 3 more because I'm constantly pressing the shift key already and my pinky gets tired, so I just put it on a different key, and that's the reason why I have that there. So now we've covered your main attack skills, your CCs, as well as your gap closers. Now all that's left is your main damage skill. So after Bolt Wave and Jolt Wave, if the enemy's not dead after that, you've got two choices. You can either use Trample, which is basically right after you finish Bolt Wave and Jolt Wave, you press spacebar and you'll do a backflip and smash them with the back of your foot. This deals a ton of damage and is very, very strong. Or you can use Whiplash, which is much, much stronger, but it makes you immobile. You have to stand there and you smash the enemies like, I don't know, with your sword or with ink or with something, but basically it deals a ton of damage. But the only downside to this is you're immobile and you have no protection. So you need to make sure that before you cast Whiplash, that the enemies are CC'd. So a good way would be maybe right after Bolt Wave and Jolt Wave, because they're stunned and they're knocked down, so they won't move anywhere. Then you go into Whiplash and beat the crap out of them until they're dead. That's one simple rotation. But let's say that you're fighting a boss that's slightly more agile. Maybe you want to use Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, and then your Trample, and then reposition. So as a Tamer, when you hold down Shift and press A, you can flip one side, you press D, you flip on the other side. You can even flip forward or backwards. So you have a lot of mobility, right? And it doesn't take up that much stamina. You can keep spamming a lot of these abilities before you actually run out of stamina. And basically, you're constantly repositioning yourself behind an enemy or somewhere that you won't get hit. And that is where the Tamer gets a little bit tiring because you're constantly repositioning, simply because you can't take a hit. You have so little HP, so little defense that if you take a hit or two, you're probably dead. So over here you can see that I'm currently a bandit, so I'm just going to summon my Heilang over here. And then I'm just going to do a simple rotation around the bandits, and you guys can just see how the game style is and see if you like it or not. Again, if you guys have any questions, just ask me in the comment section below. But I'm just going to go kill some bandits and maybe commentate a thing or two. Anyway, I'll go in. So I use C for my gap close, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, 3, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, 3, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, C, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave. You see, and then like here, when I know there's a bunch of enemies, I would press 4. So my 4 ability is this over here, it's Prime Roaring. But like, there's no time to stop, because the moment you stop and these enemies can hit you, you're vulnerable. So you're constantly moving, dashing forward, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave, Bolt Wave, Jolt Wave. And you see, so I'm just constantly using my 3 and my C for my movement abilities and just dashing around the map like this. Like, it's a lot slower than like the Lan or the Musa because those classes are ridiculous. But in my opinion, I think this is nice, you know? The thing that you need to pay attention to are these rangers. You see those dwarf rangers, that dwarf ranger right there? You need to bring the fight to them. Because if they get a shot on you, you lose quite a significant amount of HP. Like before, when I first came here, every time I took a shot from those gunners, I would lose like maybe 10% of my health, which is pretty scary. So it's all about positioning, just making sure that you gap close, bring the fight to them, get them close, so that you can kill them all. So you can see that the AoE isn't that big. You see, it's only a couple meters around me. And yeah, I'm just constantly moving, constantly gap closing, getting into position. And this is the way that I play because it's just very easy on the fingers, right? All you're doing is you're pressing C to gap close or 3 to gap close, and then I'm holding down shift and holding down left click. And if I hold it down longer, you'll see that I do this vortex thing, and that is also part of the jolt wave. So you can do the full thing if you want. If they're still not dead, it does protect you a little bit. But if you can kill them in 2, like bolt wave, jolt wave, then it's better than just do the 2 stomps and don't use the suction. But if you are having trouble killing something, then the suction thing will definitely help a little bit. You know, it does that extra damage. And also, you can augment your skills. So for me, I've augmented that whenever I use my C ability, which is my long gap close over there, it increases my critical chance by 30%. Not that it really matters, to be perfectly honest, because my skills already have 100% crit chance. So it's super easy. But like, you know, when I'm surrounded like that, I would cast 4 and use that. And my character will always say thank you right after that ability. But that ability leaves you very vulnerable because it's not super armor. You don't got any iframes when you're casting it. It's just a regular move that you deal a lot of damage around you, and you just hope that you kill them before they kill you, or yeah, basically. So, but that's basically one rotation. You see, I ran through all the bandits, I killed them all, and look, they respawned again, and I could do it again. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the Tamer. Much easier, very simple. There's no fancy gimmicky stuff that I know of in the Tamer. Very straightforward, easy for PvE content. Obviously, in PvP content, you don't want to go succession because you lose your frontal block. And, you know, that's pretty bad for PvP. People are going to knock you down, going to CC you, going to destroy you, and make your life a living hell. So just make sure that if you are planning to PvP, that you want to play the Awakened class. And the main difference between the Awakened and the Succession is the Awakened, you get to use your bow staff, while the Succession is mainly focused on your short sword. Okay. And obviously your skills are going to be different because, you know, the Awaken has its own skill tree, which I have not played at all, so I have no idea what that's all about. But yeah, that's basically how I play the Tamer. Super easy in PvE content, a lot easier on the fingers. This has been like a project in the works for like 2 weeks for me, just trying to figure out what's the best style for me to play the Tamer. Obviously, you can play this really dumb way and just put Prime Trample onto your hotbar and just smash that button over and over and over and over and over and over again if you want to do that. But I prefer to use the Bolt Wave and Jolt Wave and just gap close into a pack of mobs. Bang, bang, they're dead. Move to another one. Bang, bang, they're dead. And you know, I don't know, it feels good to me. I really feel like it feels really awesome just running to pack and destroying them. Oh look, it's the Goblin guy. So if the Goblin guy comes, I press Z immediately to activate my super mode, and then I will use the Whiplash. Let's see if I can get him in the corner. There, this is Whiplash. I literally just hold down right mouse button, and it does so much damage. And boom, he's dead. Oh, what did he drop? A gold bar? That was it? Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. So the problem with casting Whiplash is it eats through your mana stupidly fast. You can see that I'm down to like 100 mana just by casting it like a couple times. Anyway, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Maybe I'm playing it wrong, I don't know, but this is just how I play the Tamer in PvE content. To me, I like this playstyle because it's super chill, much easier on my fingers. I don't have very high APM, so, you know, this works for me. And I came from playing the Witch, right? The Witch has like one of the lower APM requirements, and that was the reason why I liked it so much. Then jumping to the Tamer because I like the aesthetics. That was like, you know, it was a pretty big jump in like, oh crap, I actually need to position. I need to think about things. I need to like do these skills in order to protect myself. You know, it became a lot more active thinking. But this is basically how I play the Tamer in order to like massively simplify the play style. Go in, bolt wave, jolt wave, move to the next pack, bolt wave, jolt wave. And that's basically what I've done to kill them all. For people who are wondering what my stats were, I'm basically using the Oasis gear. So it's, you know, my AP is not crazy. It's like 184, and you can pop a food buff, which I think I do have. Yeah, so you pop food buff over here, gives me an extra 20 damage against monsters. I do have a Kudum though, okay? I do have a Tri-Kudum, so this one I bought. I have a Tri-Kudum, a Tri-Kazarka. The rest of the armor over here, you pretty much get free from the Oasis shop or from the Tri-Boss armor stuff. My accessories are all Asula gear as well, so, you know, nothing too special. Okay, maybe not this one. This is from the story, so just play the story, and the Valencia story mission gives you this ring. But, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals that boosts the rest?